Alrighty, y'all. Hello. We're looking at European concept cars. Well, concept vehicles in general, actually. And this is actually something I haven't done yet. And so we're just going to kind of browse around, see what we can find. These might be from all eras. Newer, older, doesn't matter. Concept cars are just super fascinating. Some of them are way out there and definitely will never hit production. Some of them are actually pretty cool because they're basically a predecessor or a preview of a car that actually came, soon after. And there might be striking similarities or some very minor but, interesting differences as well. This would be a great video for comments. So, leave your thoughts on some of these cars. We'll see. And of course, if there's any we missed that are really cool, you got to let me know down below so I can check it out another time. Let's just get into it. I found this list. This is like concept cars and trucks European. This is on Pinterest. I'm actually never on Pinterest. I don't know much about this, but looks like a decent start. So let's kind of jump right into it. This is the first page I see. And what sticks out to me is actually right here. It says a 1959 Vespa 400. And I don't know if this is a concept or ended up being a real car or not, but regardless, it's kind of fascinating to me because when I think of a Vespa, I don't know much about the brand, but we here in the US have only heard of Vespas as basically like the little scooters, right? Like you would just call a Vespa, even generically, maybe when it's not a Vespa. Obviously, those are quite rare here, only in certain, smaller towns or coastal cities, whatever. Not many, millions of Americans aren't, riding around on Vespas. But of course, this is a Vespa car. Now, albeit it's very small, I did not know Vespa made cars. This thing is actually hilarious. I'd love to see it in person. I bet it's extremely small. But small cars are very fascinating, especially in the land of huge vehicles, over here in the U.S. Yeah, if anyone knows more about these, maybe you saw some of these, please tell me about it. It says 12,000 of these flew off the production line. It is considered a micro car, and of course it does have some advantages over a scooter. So I'm assuming this is almost like as close as you can get between a scooter and a car. This is what you want. I don't think this is fast. I don't think it's setting lap records. But you know what? This might be an amazing commuter car in certain areas. Then we go over here. Look at this Aston Martin 1980 Bulldog Classic. Now this is what I'm talking about. This looks like a concept. It also looks period correct. So we even have some other pictures of it, like right here. Like look at that thing. It's so 80s. Looks really cool. It's got the gull wing doors. What can I say? It's just really cool looking. It's also even in green, which Aston Martin, I'm learning, is like very, like green is one of their signature colors, I guess I could put it. And they always look good. They always look good in green. And then you click on it, it actually pulls up the DeLorean, which I'm not going to lie, I was kind of thinking of the DeLorean when I saw this, just because of the 80s with the gull wing doors. And the interior, it almost looked the same. Of course, these cars look different from each other, but they're kind of reminiscent of each other, honestly. And from what I've seen from some of these headlines, this looked like it was a one-off supercar concept. It was never like a production model or anything, but I guess it was fast. And, we're talking 1979, 1980. This thing was supposedly hit 200 miles per hour, which is a huge number even today, but especially, 40 years ago? That's insane. Now, this is crazy. This, you know what? I might be able to go full screen for these. This is a Ferrari 512. Let's see. Modulo Pininfarina concept. Holy smokes, what a mouthful and what a weird car. So it has this glass kind of roof, side pillar, side window combo that looks like it slides forward. You can see the tracks right here. And what a bizarre design. I don't think that ever made it to production. I'm going to guess there might be some sort of long-term reliability issue with that, or even a structural issue with just wear and tear on the car, bumps, that kind of thing, not to mention, crashing. But that is a very bizarre looking car. Not what I'd think of when I see Ferrari. Now this, I can totally get behind this. This is a Lancia Stratos Zero concept car. This thing's awesome. Of course, the Lancias of the older eras are just super fascinating and really awesome to me. Their rally cars are next level. And look at this thing. I mean, this is freaking awesome. It's super angular and aggressive, kind of like a Countach, like Lamborghini, but different. You know, look at that fat rear tire setup. I mean, this thing is awesome. And it looks like this part sort of lifts up and you get in. I mean, it might not be very comfortable, probably not very big inside, but boy, I bet this thing would be fun. Anyways, we scroll through. I mean, you can just see various ones. I'm not going to click on all of them, obviously. Like this Lamborghini concept car is insane. Obviously, look at that V12 Vision. Oh, man, Lamborghini just comes up with some wild designs. So does Mercedes, by the way. Look at that. That's actually gorgeous. Some newer Lancia ones. And I think that most of these are probably going to be semi-real, like actual concepts. I also recognize some of these might be done by regular people, like maybe just some sort of independent render. So I'll keep that in mind, and maybe you can point those out if I'm not able to. This Audi is really cool. I mean, really bizarre, but again, kind of cool. Cybertruck, that shouldn't be on here. That's not European. By the way, I'm not a fan of the Cybertruck. If you are, that's awesome. I just am not a fan, and sure enough, I'm hearing that these are actually having a lot of trouble. I just don't even know how this is a thing. Even contrary to popular belief, like the U.S. has really strict standards with like car design and safety features and all these different things. This thing just, I don't know how it's even possible that this thing is real. It's really bizarre to me. This is cool. This is a Bugatti. Oh my God, that is awesome, dude. You know, actually from the front and like these 3/4 angles, it looks awesome. I actually don't like it from the side though. Something about the proportions is off. Like I like the attempt. This could look really good. It needs to be fixed on the side though. The proportions are all wrong. Oh, look at this. Bertoni, they've collaborated with like a lot of manufacturers, right? They're Italian designer or something, I believe. Same with Pininfarina, like we saw earlier. I mean, I don't know what this car is. It looks interesting. And of course, having the girl there doesn't hurt either. That's old advertisements for you. They were really cool, right? I mean, holy smokes. I've never seen a Volkswagen like this. Really wild car. You even have a Miss Leopard here that comes with it, I guess. Look at this one. Tundra. Who makes this? Is this a Toyota? Because we have a Toyota Tundra in the U.S. and it's a truck. A big truck. This is really bizarre. Some of these I'll like totally give you props in the comments if you can get some of these. Because some of them aren't marked and I really don't know what they are. This looks to be like a Honda, but it is like super small. It's got to be ancient. Oh my God, Citroen. You know what? That's going to open the floodgates. If we want to look at crazy cars, if I want to look at crazy concept cars, why would I not look up Citroen? I mean, they are like, from what I've seen and learned, the leaders in bizarre vehicles. Their regular production vehicles look like concept cars. So I can't even imagine what a concept car would look like from them. I think we're going to do that now. Citroen concept cars. Let's see what this pulls up because... boy, oh boy, I can only imagine. Here's just a concrete list. Fun fact, when I was at the Lane Museum in Nashville, Tennessee, it's an amazing museum if you're ever in the U.S. or you ever want to look up videos on it. I have a few videos on it as well of me actually like vlogging there. It is an American museum, but it's not really. Like it's all European cars, like some cars from Asia as well. But like it's mostly a European car museum. It just happens to be in Nashville, Tennessee, here in the U.S. And it is phenomenal. I want to go back. Like there's so many cool cars there that for me as an American, I would just never see. I believe this was there. I'm not even kidding. Then you have this, which is so Citroen, by the way. I'm surprised they didn't make this. I mean, look at this face on it. The headlights are so close together. I feel like wouldn't you want them to be further apart? Although there's seems to be a light here. I'm not sure if it's a headlight, though. I think it might be not even a fog light, maybe some sort of marker, like side markers. But this is a Citroen prototype C10 from the 50s. Absolutely wild. Leave it to Citroen. And you have a Citroen GS What was this called? Then you have this from 72, a Citroen GS, what is this? Camargo? Carmargo? I don't know. I'm horrible at pronouncing things. I'm so sorry. This thing is actually really cool. I love the random amber headlights. This is located in Milan, Italy, I guess, at like a museum or collection, perhaps. But this thing is really, really freaking cool. And this just looks insane. Like, what is going on here? It looks like a UFO. This looks like aliens landed in your backyard. Holy crap, dude. This is awesome. This literally looks like a Matchbox or a Hot Wheels car from the 80s. This thing, I love everything about this. I wish they'd have made this. I want one. I want one of these right now. This was also, speaking of Bertone, is it Bertone or Bertoni from earlier? Either way, this is designed by them. So them combined with Citroen, what a team. This is awesome. And look, they even made some sort of like military kind of Jeep-like vehicle. Very interesting. I guess this is actually considered a concept. I'm not sure why. Very short wheelbase. Almost looks too short. Look at this thing. What on earth? That is crazy. Why are these so cool? They're so quirky and strange, quite frankly, bizarre and sometimes even appalling, but they just work. Like Citroens have this charm and this flair to them where it's like they're so daring and so different that I just end up liking pretty much all of them. I mean, the window work alone and the shape of this thing, and this is from the 80s. And then you have this. Like, what is going on here? This is so bizarre looking and kind of ugly that I like it. I don't know how else to explain it to you. I love how their logo is like integrated into the grill slots there. And then this one is marked as a Citroen C Sport Lounge, which this said, when I clicked on this, this was actually pushed onto production, probably with some minor changes, as a CS5, I guess. If anyone remembers that, I don't, clearly. But very cool. And I can see this making it to production because this looks really kind of wild, but it also looks like Citroen's look. They are wild, and this doesn't look that far off. You know, this doesn't really look like a concept car. This looks like it very much could have been a production car. Of course, they've made some weird ones like this buggy. This is clearly not production car. I don't know what the rules in the EU are for cars, but I'm assuming you guys still need some sort of a windshield and, I don't know, a little more structure going on. Not to mention just like a random opening here. Not really sure why, but yeah, this one is out there for sure, but that is a concept car for you. I can tell you what, Citroen is not failing to deliver. I thought they'd be wild, and sure enough, they are. Why you would need a rainbow gradient interior, I'm not exactly sure. But there you have it with this one from 2008, the Hypnos. What in the hell is this? If you've ever wanted what looks to be a glorified golf cart with Lacoste interior treatment and waffles for wheels, we found it, baby. This is the newest one, a Citroen Ali from 2022, and this thing actually looks mean. I gotta say, it's very bizarre. Even their logo is different. I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, now I'll look at just a couple more, and then we'll wrap it up. Unknown Porsche concept cars. See, this is from their site. Look at that. Ooh. I thought, why not? I just picked at random. I'm like, how about Porsche? They make some crazy stuff as well. And yeah, I think these are going to be cool. The Mission R all-electric race car. Oh, man, that is awesome. You know, I'm not a fan of, like, electric cars for daily drivers. I just think, at least here, there's too many infrastructure issues and, you know, range anxiety and just kind of setbacks that they have. But I tell you what, for racing, obviously, is a whole different ballgame. These electric race cars are absolutely wicked. That thing looks awesome, and you know that thing is damn fast too. The 984 concept. Whoa, now this is different. This actually looks like an 80s Porsche. Oh, this was actually this was a concept from the 80s. Between 84 and 87, called the Porsche 984. It's conceived as a lightweight aerodynamic roadster. It was designed provided an affordable entry point into the Porsche range. They wanted a 984 to major on fun, so the weight was kept low and the engine power modest. It also featured a folding hardtop roof, quite an innovation at the time. Hardtop. This was a hardtop in the 80s? That is definitely amazing. I didn't think hardtops were a thing till like the early 2000s. Unfortunately, the project was shelved because of the plummeting US dollar in 1987. What? That's just bizarre. Look at that thing, though. I'm sure it would have been a fun entry-level Porsche. I wonder how that would have done. You know, it's always like a gamble because with companies that are like usually expensive cars and premium cars, when they do kind of an entry-level, like affordable option, I feel like it'll either do really well or just won't do well because people don't get it, you know? They don't understand the car. Porsche Le Mans Living Legend. That thing is awesome. This has got to be way newer, of course. Yeah, 2016. This was actually based on the Boxster, which is one of the entry, if not the entry-level Porsche, right? But like the most extreme version you could ever think of, which is kind of funny because if this is really extreme, wouldn't you just rather get this than like a 911? I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? But I don't think they actually made this. Now, this is out there for Porsche. Porsche Vision. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. So it has asymmetric side windows. One side closed, other one featuring sliding doors. And this thing is just straight strange. Has room for 6 people, a modular travel cabin. Importantly, this being a Porsche, it's more than just a practical bus. Combining sportiness with comfort, the driver sits in a central lounge chair, which gives the passenger a greater view of the road ahead. Whoa. So you sit in the center. I see that. Oh, that is bizarre. What the heck is this? A Porsche Panna Americana. What the heck? This is actually kind of cool. It's very weird looking. And I'd love to see it from like a rear 3/4 angle, which we can't. But yeah, it's definitely interesting, you know? And then if we just go to images real quick to end the video, look at this. See some crazy cars. Look at this Renault. That's actually kind of cool. This Audi, what in the world is that? Oh, look at this. That's a Volvo. Oh my God, is that crazy? How does it still look like a Volvo, right? It's got that design language. This one is really cool, actually. And what is this? That is one of the coolest cars I've seen in a while. Well, there you have it. There's some Euro concept cars that definitely sparked my interest. What's there to say? I can't wait to see what you guys think in the comments and any suggestions that we should take a look at another time. You know, I'm all ears. Please let me know. I'm sure that just scratches the surface. There's way more to see. I'm sure of it. I think it's fun to see how wild and radical some of them are. I also think it's cool to see some of the connections some of them end up having to actual production cars. But I guess that's all I got for you in this one. I hope your week is going well. Until next time, y'all, my name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. I'll catch you later.